Okay, so I'm creating this video to help all the first-time parents because let's face it, when you have a newborn, you're going to try everything under the sky to help them become comfortable, reduce colic, reduce gas, and fussiness. Here's my adventure. When my son was born, he was 8 pounds and 11 ounces, but because it took a while for my breast milk to come in, he was dropping weight fast. Within the first week, he lost more than 10% of his body weight. My lactation consultant recommended that I manually feed him using a syringe. This is what the hospital gave me. After a while, I decided to formula feed him. I went online, did some product reviews, and I saw that Gerber Good Start Soothe was great because not only did it help reduce gas, colic, and fussiness, but it had probiotics in it. From our baby shower, we received a ton of Advent bottles. The only problem with the Advent bottles is that they had a lot of air at the top and created more gas. After looking on Amazon and reading the reviews and YouTube video tutorials, I decided on Dr. Brown's bottles. They're great. They help to reduce colic and air at the top of the bottles. The only problem is they're a little time consuming to put together and to wash, but they're well worth it. They also create these cute little bands so you can label your son or daughter's name on the back of the bands with a ballpoint pen and soak them in hot boiling water for up to 5 minutes or put them in your dishwasher, and then the name becomes permanently affixed onto the back of the band. The other problem, what I was noticing, is I was taking the storage cap and I was mixing the formula in the bottle. Well, the problem with that is adding a lot of air bubbles at the top, hence creating more gas. So I went online and I noticed that Dr. Brown's creates a pitcher. Not only can I make multiple bottles all at once, but I noticed that it eliminated the air bubbles and it made the formula a very smooth consistency. All you do is add the water and half the amount of formula. For instance, if there's 28 ounces, you only need 14 scoops. Then you just pump up and down, and the formula is blended. So for this pitcher, I was able to make 4 8-ounce bottles. It was great. The other problem I noticed with my son is that he's lactose intolerant. Instead of purchasing a ton of gas drops, I decided to go on to Amazon and see if there's anything I could add to the milk. I found Lactase drops. They're safe for infants and you only need a small amount, 5 drops for every pint. Perfect. I put in here about 7 drops and I noticed he had no more gas, no more crying, he wasn't cranky, and he wasn't fussy. Because let's face it, they don't have soy products out there that don't cause constipation for the children, and they add a lot of iron into the soy, but they don't add as much into the other formula, causing further constipation and tummy troubles. They also don't make lactose-free formula or any that I could find. Lastly, I was trying to figure out why my son wasn't taken to any of his pacifiers. Well, because I was using the wrong ones. I was using the ones that we got from our baby shower, but the nipples were not the same as the nipples on the bottles that he was getting used to. Well, again, Dr. Brown's creates the pacifiers that fit and match the same as the nipples on the bottles, so now there's no more nipple confusion. Hopefully this video helps all the parents out there, and if anything, instead of trial and error, you might be able to take some of my advice and it might help your child.